orbiting the planet. I'm about to level up. I have leveled up, I'm about to spend the points. And then we will see what we're doing with the nav console. But actually, what I wanted to do first, I wanted to look around the ship and see... These are my quarters, aren't they? Yes. See what this is like. I haven't been in here yet. Ooh, we've got a nice view. Wee bed for myself. That'll do. I've got a box. Huh. What's this thing? Oh, this is the shroud I'm supposed to pick up. Right, okay. Holographic shroud. The holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Okay. So this should help with infiltrating places. Huh. Okay.
I've shut off the visual feed from my ocular inputs in the captain's quarters, so you're free to disrobe whenever you'd like.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Welcome, Captain. Let's have a look at the logs first. Log entry 1. Titled Shrink Ray. Captain's note SW001 Shrink Ray. Note to self. Remember this later. No, better, Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality with my own 2 eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the grey hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe, or just there for taking. If the grey hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe. Or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumours of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge, but I figured that they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells's shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumours, more to be had. AH. Right, entry 2. Titled Hammer Power. Right. The last time I got sloshed, I mean I was imbibing at the last hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udon was really... Wait, what? Udon was really free with the drinks. He seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on 2 Mardits yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who'd claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before. But here's the good part. The Mardits said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer power, the hammer's power, or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat? Sure fits the bill. It could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. So does this mean that there are things we can maybe find? Like really powerful weapons we can find? log entry 3, titled Black Market Leads. Why won't Wells just give the shrink ray to me? Blast into the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologise for shouting him down 5 times. But, architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good hard-working folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumours pertaining to the others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. Okay. So Groundbreaker and Fallbrook are 2 other places we can go, presumably. Right. Okay, messages. Messages for me. Well, for the previous captain. Hawthorne's archived messages. Old messages from Hugh Bedford. Oh, that's Udom. Wingman's wingman. Oh, so Alex's nickname was Wingman? Alright, okay. Dearest Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humour and the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Your best friend, Udom. So that was thank you. This is subject is hello? Alex, I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard to guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Best, Udom. P.S. Please respond. And subject checking in. Dear Alex, hello. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Aha, just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed. You know, about the Wells fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvellous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, Wingman. Your dear friend, Udom. And subject, a pleasure. Dear Alex, Hello, Udom here. Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship. My silly fat fingers, embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try it every colour. You know, really tie one on? Let me know, your new friend, Udom. Okay, Udom's quite pushy then. What else have we got? We've got unread, but sent. Unread messages, let's see. Unread message list. Another one from Udom. Right. Regarding thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention my previous message. Silly me. I'm mailing you a copy of my favourite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Okay. And sent messages. To you, Bedford. Okay. Subject, no subject. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted, I had a few too many, and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink at the Lost Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. So, sounds like Alex was stringing this other guy along. Two science weapons I can acquire, apparently. Is there anything else I missed on this? No? No, we're good. Okay. I like the view. It's pretty good, isn't it? Look at this big window. What was that? Was that a ship?
Is it time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
Not just yet. Sam. Hello? Oh, interesting. There's no response from the automechanical unit. A serial number etched in its chassis includes the letters SAM. Interesting. Huh. Ooh. Examine. Petunia the plant. This is not a petunia. Huh. Photo of Parvati's father. A stern older man with warm eyes. Oh, that's quite a good description. Huh. Some other stuff. There's Bob's. Okay. Oh, you're in here. Okay. OSI banner. The religious symbol is on this flag. The religious symbol on this flag donates the Order of Scientific Inquiry. Oh, that's what it stands for. I'm sure someone said that and I forgot. Index of Banned Literature. Part 1. Various qualifying considerations. Part 2. Principal rules of restrictive management. Part 3. Morals and maxims of banning unethical literature. Part 4, proof of the grand architect and predestination. I can't read that properly. A refutation of the titles listed here within. Refudiation? Oh, sent too far away again. Part 5, consequences, the mind and the will of man when led astray. Part 6, official list of banned titles. Part 7, prerequisites for advancing the investigation, outing, and penalising of offenders. Hello? What's this book? The Art and Science of Tossball. Impossible to put down. Order of Scientific Inquiry, Office of Literature. This endorsement has been approved. Auntie Cleo's Darlings. Signed by Seymour Whitlock, who held the record for the most on-the-field fatalities for 3 consecutive seasons. Wow, what are these? Tossball trading cards in mint condition. Most of these cards represent players from the Hephaestus Hammers and the Tilebackers? Hang on. I'll get a bit closer. It says Tilebackers, I think. Alright. Oh. Hello.
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
I like to know something about those I'm flying with. It's that book. Your Thoughts of Philosophists. Any ideas where I can find someone who speaks French in this colony? I'd like to know something about you.
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Oh, hit the bloody mic. Sorry. Try and move my cup so I can actually get a drink of my tea, and then manage to hit the mic just there. Violently enthusiastic disposition?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Oh. Why were you so passionate about it?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith. A faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But weren't they proud when you became a vicar at least?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
Plan?
The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of the plan, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Eh. Any idea where I can find someone who speaks French?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Sounds like a good lead. Seriously, only one guy in this whole colony that can translate French.
The only one I'm aware of. I suppose we could always just ask random passers-by if they are fluent in it.
Your sarcasm is duly noted. Point taken.
We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How is it that a vicar happens to be a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
You were in the jail. Right, okay. Think about it. Okay, cool. More books. The Journal of Maximilian de Soto, Volume 1. The scribblings on these journal pages are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian de Soto. Is that saying he's got terrible handwriting? Doctrinal Studies 539 of Equity and Equations. These textbooks have been out of print for almost half a century. The margins are filled with scribbled notes, and many passages have been underlined. Some pages have come loose, the glue now yellowed and cracked along the spines. What are these? Oh, more ammo. There's loads of ammo around here. Am I supposed to pick it up, or is it... should I just leave it? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. No one's staying in here yet, so there's that. Ah, this is open now. There's no one in here. Oh, it's the toilet! Oh my goodness. My spaceship has a toilet. My spaceship is the winner of the spaceship rules. There's a shower, there's a toilet, there's a wee basin. Oh my goodness, best spaceship. Best spaceship 2285 or whatever year it is. Yep, I win. This is best ship. Ada, great news, you win. I have to ask you about Sam. Let's go and ask you about Sam then, shall we? Actually, is Parvati somewhere? Wait, what? Goodness. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Something busted, Captain?
I just saying hello. Thought you might want to talk or something, but that's alright. Carry on, engineer. Is that what people who aren't military say? I don't know. Don't know. That sounds like a sort of, the carry on sounds like the military thing more. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Don't have any experience in that sort of thing. Just like watching films and that. So I don't know if that's actually real. Oh yes, I will ask you first.
Welcome back, Captain.
So,
how can I be of assistance?
Sam, know anything about the automechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet? Yes,
the
that
unit
one.
is a cleaning stand.
Okay.
Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify Sam.
Okay.
If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for Sam to properly operate.
Okay. Do you want to
I
talk?
have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
Tell me about Hawthorne.
I require a captain to pilot the ship. Without an identified captain or crew, I serve no purpose. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Okay. Have there been other captains
If
of
you
the ship?
mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was.
That sounds creepy. Don't put it that. Please stop putting it that way. Alright, let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance?
The colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Phineas's lab.
Yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
Okay. What do you know
There
about
is a
Phineas?
bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapon system?
No. No.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
Okay. Is that a joke, Ada?
The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them.
Right. So there's a bit of a weird bug or something's introduced. Okay, that's interesting.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Terra 2.
Where in Terra 2?
Emerald Vale and Edgewater.
Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer.
I
The
had
town is
noticed.
near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
Okay. What do you think of the
You mean the
townspeople?
ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket?
Oh.
I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague.
Well, I've got good news for you on that. For a given value of good. How is it?
Since you diverted power to the deserters, the botanical lab is thriving. However, Emerald Vale's cannery shut down, leading to a total collapse of Edgewater's population. Thank
Okay.
you, Captain.
No problem, Ada?
How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Monarch's the moon, isn't it? That moon.
Where in Monarch?
Oh. Oh, Cascadia.
Warning. All colonists are urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death.
Yeah, but it sounds interesting. Any people live in Cascadia, aside from marauders?
There are no people aside from marauders in Cascadia. There is only death.
But is that true? What's the local
The
report?
local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia's landing pad.
Mm-hmm. Sounds dangerous.
This is one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? I suppose you would find an environment like this fun.
Maybe.
Of course.
Somewhere else.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Where's the other place on Monarch?
Where in Monarch?
Stellar Bay.
Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port at Fallbrook.
Okay. Smuggler's Port.
It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there.
Right, okay. Why is Monarch being blockaded?
I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness, and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
Right, okay.
Of course.
Where else?
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The Groundbreaker.
We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
Right.
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain.
Bet you're a quantum computer, aren't you? Yeah, that'd be no problem for you. Don't worry about it. Oh, tell me
The
about it.
Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship.
Mm-hmm.
It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even do my other level up, and I've got another one now. Right, okay. Right, let me just do this. Let me just check. Said that there'll be something about.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
Thank you, I will. There'll be something about Sam on the computer. Search term Sam. First Sam result. Experimental note 01695. Do not forget, you found a discarded sanitation and maintenance automechanical in Emerald Vale scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get it up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a a combat capable variant. Some might say a oh dear. A clean mean killing machine. Should be fun. AH. Second SAM result. Right. Removal of factory standard part SUDS steeper was successful. Delivery of combat modified replacement part acid steeper has been delayed. Progress setback is estimated now to be a solid 3 months. Not like I have more pressing matters to attend to. Ah, but I do. AH. Third SAM result. I'm giving up hope on the delivery. The part is lost in transit, and it's not turning up anytime soon. But, good news. I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker, who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of an acid steeper I can, filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following this next pit stop, back to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details to come later. AH. Okay. Sam. Sam, we might be getting you a new part. Let's see if we can get you up and running. How you doing then? Doing okay? Oh, she's looking alright. Give me these. She just needs a bit of maintenance. Can't talk. Oh well. Don't worry about it. We'll get